Well, I now know I did definitely go over this with the tedder. I did start to second guess that I came up the other one, but I rewatched everything and I definitely came up over that with a tedder. But I guess we will do it again. Fine. Now, if it was only stuff like a little off the field, that would make sense. Because obviously this is just putting stuff on the field. Although I think most of what's off the field is from the tedding. I think it came up last time, so hopefully going down this time will be better. This is the last inside line, which I believe I went down, but I'm not positive about that. I know the first one I went up the first time was not the one all the way to the left, but I don't know if it was. Yeah. Definitely don't remember which direction I went after that. Okay, now I think it had said up here it didn't require tedding. But let's see. Why does this say it still requires tedding? The tether's not that big, and it is flexible. I don't remember exactly where it was. Yeah, I mean, I've gone over it in 3 different directions. I don't think it can be fixed. Whatever these needs tedding, yes, parts are. So that I guess just is going to have to stay that way. And I think we're pretty much done then. We want to bring milk to the dairy and bring the pallet of cheese up there to the sell point. And we'll want to feed our cows again. But I think that's all we have to do in March. Monitor the grass drying situation, which, yeah, I might have to cheat how fast that's drying, because it's not drying very fast. And, well, it can't sit there until June to dry. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be better. I would definitely prefer to get it done in March, but it was a very wet field, so let's go get the milk tanker. And we need our pallet forks. And we can deliver the milk. They were getting pretty low, but definitely not to the point where they weren't producing. And yeah, they're definitely not getting another pallet soon. But there's the milk delivered. We're going to want to get the pallet turned the other way. It's going to be on the forks for the whole drive, and I'd really prefer to have a shorter and wider thing on the pallets than longer and thinner. Not much are we going to get for this pallet of cheese. It's likely the last pallet of cheese that we'll sell before September. We'll get 1880. So we'll stop at the gas station, get some fuel. We can probably repair things too. There we go. We actually got 1881 out of it. So that was probably the last selling we're doing for a long while. Okay, so now that we've done our milk delivery and sold everything we're probably selling for a while, we're in definitely a good spot for making it through the year, at least a better spot than last year. Let's check the cows. They will need a mix, but they're fine for now. They still have some room in the slurry. So yeah, we're just going to be waiting for grass to dry and cows to eat. I think that's all we have to get done. We have our seed radish, we have our grass. Those both want to be plowed in April before planted with corn. So yeah, we're good until the grass dries, I guess. Okay, so this is kind of a lie. It was not drying. It wasn't drying at all, and so I went and I cheated and took out 10% of the moisture. So it was down to 13 to 14%. But we got rain and hail last night, and we actually got more moisture than it dried all day yesterday. Like I did the cheating on the third, and it after the cheating it was at 13 to 14%. And then after rain last night, it actually gained more than whatever it might have lost yesterday that I didn't look. So yeah, we're likely going to cheat the rest of this, but we will make it to be an April thing. So yeah, there's that. We are expecting tornadoes in April, which, normal. We did get hail last night, and our wheat field got hit a few times, and one of our grass fields did. Don't really care about the grass field, but sad about the wheat field. And I mean, we can't tell about the other things, but we're not seeing hail in the forecast at the moment. But we do see that there will be tornadoes. We fed the cows yesterday. They've already gone through quite a bit of it. A decent amount of it anyway. And yep, we are done with March, and we will be shooting the rest of this down to the right amount. How are they on food? They can make it another day. We will need to buy more mineral feed. I think this only has 100 liters left. Yeah. But, oh, of course I did. Well, we're gonna super strength to move this. Pretty sure I'd be able to push that around. Likely be able to just move it around relatively easily anyway. But definitely able to push it around. So we do have the hay up on 85. And it is hay. I did make it, well, I changed everything to 12. So I think yesterday, the end of March, there was a few spots that needed like 0.1% or 0.2% drying. Now I think, like, if the fields can get down, the other grass fields can get down to a reasonable percentage, I think it'll be fine. And if it is fine, we can just if we decide we want to do grass on these cornfields for our cover crop, we can plan on them being grass silage because of the fact they will be definitely being cut way wetter. That's something to think about for next year. I thought I had that not on. Oh, it is on. I was actually just thinking I should have turned it on to test how it works with this, but oh, I think it's Eula Land that I definitely have it off because most of the things I've been using doesn't work so well with that. The big weeder I have on that it doesn't work with, and then anything you use consumables with, like a fertilizer or whatever, doesn't work so well with that. But it seems to work fine with this. Yeah, this should be the last inside. And so far, it seems like everything has been pushed into one row. Like if it was any that was still grass, I think we would have noticed. Which will almost definitely notice it on the headland because there was areas that it hadn't been tedded. Meant to That's what I thought. There was actually two headlands. I'm not seeing anything on the ground. Obviously, there is grass growing now, but it doesn't look like there's grass. So maybe it lied to me about it needing to be tedded. Okay, now let's get this sorted. Chuck, yeah, I mean, it would have been around there. Should see. It does look like it's thinner, but that might be because it was pulled in to my straightaway. I don't see anywhere where it looks like it threw grass into there. Looks like we have to go on this a bit. We should have started it a little further than we did. Now that should be enough that the rest of it will fit in this, or be in this headland. And then as long as this gets the stuff on the outside, this will be the last we have to do. And it looks like, I mean, maybe we wanted to go around the whole outside. But I think if it's just that, which I think it is, just that little spot that we can grab with the baler, I think that should be good. And we can head home and get the baler. Okay, before we get this cleaned up and put away, I think we'll get it repaired. It shouldn't actually need that much. But we do want to start repairing everything because we haven't repaired a lot of things in a long while. So yeah, 19 and then 450. Yeah, the tractors we repaired kind of recently. Actually, I think we repaired both of them very recently. But everything else, the windrower just doesn't get that much use because it's a pretty quick job. Okay, so we're going to want to reset bale counter. And let's start over on this side. Well, we'll start with this area that wasn't picked up. we'll have to be somewhat careful because it does get steep. So we want to make sure that we're paying attention when we let the bales go. I'm not expecting too much. Like there was no fertilization on this. There is now, or there should be now, because we did a cutting, but it will be plowed under. We do have it still on the smallest, yeah, smallest bales. Yeah. I was zoomed out too far and couldn't hear the beeping. Is it right here? I thought there was a little bit that we didn't get. I'm not seeing it. Okay, we just have to go up and then down. We've already gone across the two up top. We still have to go across the two on the bottom, but and there we go. We got 4 bales, and we are good to go. None of them rolled. A few looked like they were going to, but just being able, I always let them go on the down, so they had the baler in front of them, so they couldn't just come out rolling, and they didn't roll once I moved, so we're good. We were good. Okay, here we are. We're going to put this right here. Now, this doesn't have to be super exact because it really doesn't matter how I put them on. I won't have trouble getting 4 bales on there. That's right. There was lime on there. That's why there's still the belts, tension belts on. Well, it works. And there we go. And then for this one, I think we'll purposely have the one on there up higher. Just because, well, we didn't really care to make sure we were super exact, but why not? That'll work. There we go. We have our 4 bales. And I did the test. I wasn't sure. But I know previously, or maybe it's just certain ones, a slurry tanker that could spread couldn't necessarily transport. But the cheapest one that we would the cheapest one, which is the one we would be renting if we were going to use Sawyer to spread, can transport and sell as well. So that will work out. Now, I think we can get 85 plowed because I think because the grass has started to grow that will be the second layer of fertilization to just plow it under. But 20 only has the oil seed radish, which will give it a layer of fertilization when I plow that under, but that will be it. Just the one. There's still about the same amount of hours. The bale trailer has very little repaired or durability loss, so we'll leave that. But the irons and spikes could use some repair, so we'll go and do that. And it's kind of at an awkward time where it's not dark, but I don't really want to start anything. Let's see. I mean, I guess what I can do is I can start on the plow and make sure that plowing the grass will give it its second layer of fertilization. Okay, and if I remember, you probably want this and we can do it on cardinal directions. Nope, I want to turn it. I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, let's look to see if, yeah, as I expected, the grass did start to grow. We will have to deal with stones, but that was expected. And we have a roller for that purpose. And hopefully we'll remember we want to roll the corn. We'll probably keep the roller up here. Plant corn and then roll again before moving the roller to field 20 to do the same stuff. I think we're going to do this a little bit just because we kind of would want to go a little further, but that was just, the pole was right in our face, so we couldn't. We got a few more rows than I was expecting. Really don't want to be doing this in the after it gets too dark, because well, we're not doing guidance steering or steering assist, whatever it's called. So, and there went the great darkening. So yeah, I think we just get this to the edge of this row and we will continue on this in the morning. It is a bit more than I thought we would get to. So I'm glad we did start it. But yeah.